Surely a tier 0 deck that's been dominating the TCG and Master Duel won't ruin the fun of the event, right? There's currently an event going on, which is the WCQ, the World Championship Qualifiers is what's happening right now. Man, this event is rewarding and more competitive than the usual ones. Surely Konami limited or banned some of its cards. Oh wait, they didn't? Okay, surely not so many players are playing this boring deck, right? Oh, every match is against Snake Eyes? You cleared their board just for them to play one card and do it all over again? Skill issue, I guess. Way to go, Konami. Master was so much fun. I tried the WCQ event earlier, and I didn't run into a Snake Eyes deck, believe it or not. I saw a couple of other funny decks, but not a Snake Eyes deck. I don't know who this guy's versing. I feel sorry for him. Same experience. I never remember losing a duel successfully, evenly matching my opponent's board. Now this card has very low impact, because after that they bring out, they begin to summon one card after another on your turn, and then pop your cards. Looks like it's time to switch to a graveyard hate cards as much as possible. I mean, sad it goes, I've never had the issue of like somebody rebuilding their board after evenly matching them. I've not had that happen. That might just be a you problem. People aren't unhappy with, like, you know, meta cards. This is an interesting question. Is this the same? This is the same guy. This was from a while ago, though. What is this? What? Hang on. Hang on. Just for this sake. Just a little bit. I'll read like 2 posts, okay? Shit, it's so loud. Okay. No, Moby, just 2 posts. 2 posts. It's not gonna be that long. I swear to God. The trap cards and draw phase and turns in this game are currently useless. Due to the existence and excess of links and cards, search decks, and quick infinite effects, is no longer useful in trap... Sorry, this guy needs to know what a fucking full stop is. Is no longer useful in place... Sorry. Is no longer useful to place traps in decks. What the fuck is this shit? Is this the voiceless voice thing, or is this like... What algorithm fucking a deck name is this? Voki uses the trap in 1 turn in the following two no's. The opponent uses 20 cards in less than 1 minute. This game is dying. Needs new rules. It's dying. 2 posts. Yeah, this is one of the posts, Moby. One of the posts. If logic was used, card victims of traps should not... What are you trying to fucking say, my guy? If logic was used, card victims of traps should not return to the field before 5 rounds, and card victims of spells should wait 3 turns. Monsters destroyed in battle would wait 1 turn to return to the field, and per turn should have limit of 10 special summon. You're being very generous with 10 special summons. I think I know what he's saying, but this is the most unhinged take I've heard on card effects in general. Like, if you use Trap Hole on something, you shouldn't be allowed to use that card for another, like, 5 turns? Is that what you mean? And if I Dark Core something, like how we've been seeing, I shouldn't see that card for another, like, 3 turns? That's... How do you have a ruling on that anyway? That's kind of hard to keep track of. In this game, there are turns, but Konami forgot that there is. This game has become 100% broken rules. There are no more duels. What's a duel, my guy? What's a duel, though? Please explain. This game died when they created quick effect cards from monsters that activate in the hand, like Karibo. Azura was just here earlier talking about how Karibo was broken and unfair. Created archetypes that are purely search decks, created archetypes that are purely search decks, and this is unfair. Interrupting the opponent's turn spoils the duel. Flooding the field with 30 or more cards in a single turn is unfair. There is draw phase and is not respected, and turns do not even have rules. The draw phase is not respected. I get where this guy's coming from, is because there are a lot of toxic meta cards that activate during the main phase specifically, and only have responses to your opponent during the main phase, which is why a lot of people activate their effects during the draw phase or end phase or standby phase, because you can't fuck with that shit if it's during those phases. This guy's probably really upset because a Snake Eyes player used their draw phase and brought out fucking Flamebird Dragon and IP Masquerade to make SP Little Knight or some fucking bullshit, and he just got fucking destroyed. Like, I love now reading this in comparison to Tag Force. I kind of like it because now I know what this guy's talking about. I understand. Yeah, going up against Zane with like that kind of bullshit in my deck, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I had to use all the cards at my disposal. I had to use strategy and thinking. Gridora. Game time with the Makaribo, indeed. I should probably switch my category to Master Duel, just because this is about Master Duel, right? Not Tag Force. No, not Master Cube. I swear to God, just two posts. I want to play that funny game off stream later. Non-binary. It's not Lost Ark. Lost Epoch is what it was called. I want to play that. So only for like a minute. I'm gonna just drop this here and be done. Oh, Chloe has some good shit posts. What is this?
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity. Farewell.
Accurate. It doesn't make. Oh, he responded. Yeah, bad idea. When you open opportunity for some cheating, ends up making the corrupt developers take the chance and spoil the game. Oh yeah, so every card now is just Karibo, basically. All right, I see. A minute, he says. Just a minute. Just a minute. This guy has some good takes. What else did he post about? Please tell me. So I sent a post to Azurai of something I just randomly made up, and I really wanna. Oh, Azurai sending me a fucking pugfish. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah, I made up a random post to Azurai, and I feel like it would be a pretty like on the nose shit post. Nowadays. Oh my god, I just fucking skipped it. Where'd it go? Because I'm tempted to post it to the Steam forums just to see if I can bait out this guy. Or people like this guy. Because it's basically what this guy is saying right now, which is funny. For God's sake, stop creating new cheating archetypes. This game already has a solid base of players and an effective memory of the players. Effective memory of the players. The problem that the developers do everything for the players to abandon the game is the whole time creating cheating, and this massacres the will to play Yu-Gi-Oh! We are already tired of pure quick effect archetypes and surge decks. We want archetypes that are not purely cheating. What is an archetype that is not considered cheating? Like, is he talking about Runics? Because, man, Runics would probably ruin this guy's fucking day. Imagine if every deck in an archetype was a quick play. Imagine. This poor guy. So that was the post from before. This poor guy. More than half of these cards have been unused for 15 years. Is there a project to make the 7,900 cards that are obsolete and forgotten from this game useful again? Or will this game only focus on creating archetypes of cheating equal to Kashtira? Sorry, Katshira. I get what this guy's on about, but Konami does do their best to try and support older archetypes whenever they can. Like, look at Hero, for example. That's been, like, getting very occasional support every so often, and 9 times out of 10, the support is absolute dog shit. Until occasionally they give you, like, Shining Neo Swingman, and it's really good. But, like, stuff like Dark Magician as well is, like, their fucking, like, golden child, alright? That shit keeps receiving support over and over again. I don't think Dark Magician will ever, like, not get support. Like, every single iteration, there'll be new Dark Magician support. If you're a Yugi card, you get support, alright? It's cause boomers like this guy like Yugi cards. So I'm gonna play old cards. So I'm gonna play new, more broken cards. This is my favorite Pokemon card, Zarok Break. This card came out almost 10 years ago. This card, like many others, just like in Yu-Gi-Oh, have been used and unused and obsolete for years upon years and years. To the point that they aren't even playable in the standard format, let alone the unlimited format in the online TCG, because power creep has drove this and many other cards with unique and interesting mechanics to the wayside. What is this card? Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's uses to... Wait. What? I mean, it looks cool, but like... What? That's all it does? Okay. Interesting. I know some Pokemon cards can get a bit whack. Although I suppose it is from like years and years and years ago. Do me a favor and go please go find some Pokemon TCG forums and spread your frustrations there as well, if you're going to continue to do so here. Fight the good fight, original poster. I believe in you. You shall soon be the savior of all card games, as long as you continue this crusade. Hell yeah. He's fighting the good fight. Stopping you from using them. Yeah, I mean, like, you can use the old cards. They're in the game. They're there for a reason. This guy made this post as well. What does this have to do with anything? What? Go Giga, Gaga Gigo, FB. Wait, what the fuck? Is this how you spell archetype? Shit, my whole life has been a lie. These are cards I just saw, by the way. How old is this person? I was just looking at these cards. What? Oh, he made this post. Oh. I remember reading this one. I don't think I read it on stream, actually, but I remember this one. Rules that Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs urgently. This game needs to reimpose rules on turns, preventing interrupting moves with quick effect cards like Ash Blossom and Max C. Prevent the opponent from evading the turn using cards that are not on the field. This game needs to impose a limit for search cards per turn and special summon. Need to impose appropriate conditions for link summoning. This game needs to avoid using more than 30 cards in a single turn. This game needs to receive logic. This game needs to receive logic and efficient rules. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing with this. In modern Yu-Gi-Oh, I wonder how a hero deck, would work if you limited searching. Like, let's say, if you can only search 2 cards during a turn, just two cards. That's it. What do you do with that? Like, because I feel like a standard hero play would be like, Oh, I summon Vion, I send Shadow Mist. Well, fuck, there's my 2 searches. I guess I end my turn. Like, what is... what would you do? You can't really go very far with that. I feel like the whole point of, you know, heroes in general now is that they all kind of like bounce off each other and like search into powerful combos. But no, I guess it's weird to also play a deck in the modern format that doesn't do that. That doesn't search out powerful cards, or doesn't, like, not specifically powerful cards, but like doesn't help you search your extenders to keep your combo going in order to actually bring out something worthwhile. Yeah, because now I understand Papa Shekel's post here, because it is the same guy who's been posting this. I guess he's come back now because he saw the championship thing. Yeah, because I don't think I read this on stream. I sent this to KBJ, but like, and Azurai as well. How do you not have every single achievement in this game with over 200 hours when you had Welcome to Master Duel since the game came out? So he's been playing since day one and he's missing 1 achievement. Can you guess what the achievement he's missing is? Also, damn, he's played it recently though. I wonder what he does. What decks does this guy have? I want to verse him. I had to check in. Yep, the last achievement needed for the original poster is Chainlink 5 or higher, which makes sense because I haven't gotten that far in over 2 years, considering they're refusing to invade the turns of other players with dishonest effects like Ash Blossom. Original poster would not be so disrespectful to reach Chainlink 3, let alone Chainlink 5. I kind of like this guy for not actually doing that ever. Like, if you're seriously sitting there with, whether it be hand traps or like quick effect cards or something, and you're not engaging with your opponent in any way, just sitting there letting them do their combo and just watching it happen, like, how would you use Nibiru? I don't think this guy uses Nibiru, but if he did, would he just tribute summon it? I wonder. Did he? Oh, he did not clap back. Fuck. How is this all posted on June 5th? I really like this guy thinks that the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh is going to be abandoned because of how ridiculously annoying it is now. I think that's just a skill issue. Wait, Magic the Gathering is cheating as well? How? How? Is this... Did I read this on stream? Okay. I don't think I have, actually.
There is difference between player and duelist, and Konami forgot it. Since Konami forgot, I will remember. Duelist is when the person respects the opponent and does not interrupt the opponent's turn using Ash Blossom and Max C.
So if... Oh, whoops. Okay, I thought I clicked on something. If Zane uses limit removal on my turn while I'm attacking, is that respect? Asking for a friend?
Duelist never puts Max C and Ash in your deck. This is called respect. The Duelista. The Duelista is also the one who creates his own deck and does not use archetypes developed solely to cheat and spoil the duel. Now the player is a guy who only exists to fill the server, does not know the rules of the game, only uses cheating archetypes, and usually uses decks created on the internet, and has not even learned to assemble a deck. This type of guy discourages the veteran duelists, what a way to refer to yourself. These veterans who end up abandoning the game and not teaching their children and friends to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it is no longer worth the effort to play, and it completely kills the game. Konami no longer wants duel. Why are you selling it? Don't spell it right now. Come on. Want dumb players who do not know the rules and pollute the server with cheats.
This literally defames the game completely. Buttonay I am. I kind of wish I wasn't. I only wanted to read like 2 posts, and this guy's over here shitting on Duelista and Delist. What the fuck is a Duelista? Jesus Christ. What I find interesting about this is discourages veteran duelists, right? So this is obviously somebody who's basically played the game I was just playing, Tag Force, all right? And like, he's like, yeah, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! That's the original Yu-Gi-Oh! That's the Yu-Gi-Oh! I like, all right? Like, I don't think veterans should be coming back if they haven't played the game in, you know, 15 plus years, all right? If you like ended at the Synchro era and you're like, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! in modern day sucks ass because I can't play it. Maybe you should have been keeping up with the game a little bit and probably wouldn't be so shocking to you, not gonna lie. And you can still teach your kids to play Yu-Gi-Oh! You can teach them to play. You can get them like older cards. You can get them cards from like the fucking earlier days of Yu-Gi-Oh! And tell them to build a deck and just see how they go. You don't have to give them pearlies and shit and tell them to read like a fucking novel's worth of card text in order to know how to play the game. You don't have to do that. I've been waiting for this. Maybe in the future I'll make verse 3. Oh my god, Chloe is stalking this person? Holy shit. Guess who's back? Back again. Go Jisu's back. Tell a friend. They want to summon a monster, but nobody wants them to play Yugi no more. Top players are all cheaters. So, if you want to cheat, this is what I'll give you. A little purely mixed with Kashtira. Some bots that'll stop the fun. Dismissal of a ruined game since the dawn of Vexel. Vexel? Because all of the decks that I'm here making can't play because cheaters won't stop negating. Ending on turn 2, this game's a mess, with YouTubers who cheat and jest. I know this game is called Yu-Gi-Oh!, but these cheaters make it all Yugi-No. So Konami won't let me be, and that Max C is still running free. If you know what you... Sorry. Fuck, I fucked up the pun, hang on. So Konami won't let me be, and that Max C is still running free. I know that you want to play Plunder Patrol, but that's unfortunate since I'm playing Droll. So come on and scoop. Feeling so duped? Floodgates wanting to stop? Floodgates wanting to stoop. Mind stuck in a loop. Hurt feels this... Sorry, fuck it, this is actually kind of good. Hurt feels this turtle's about to get real. Tributing your tower for Gamma Seal. Now, this looks like a use for Ash. So everybody, fork over cash. For the newest deck to whoop some ass. Because their gameplay makes me feel so abashed. Because their gameplay makes me feel so abashed. These genetics cards used as a metric to determine what's good is so pathetic. People shouldn't be using their spells so quick. These players out here should be more sympathetic. God cards pushed to Asgard. Games lasting 2 turns, stretching out here for yards. And people play Viscus and Archetype getting more sauce, causing a fuss. It's a disaster, such a catastrophe, to see these net decks playing on repeat. My life points. Ding. Super Poly. Fuse is lit with that. Okay, this you got me with this one. Super Poly. Fuse is lit with all that litany. I don't know what litany actually is. Konami printing all of that meta money. Out of the cards. Gone are the days of having some face. Coin flip meta race. Snake Eyes and that dang deck rescue ace. Wake up, it's time to duel. No longer the same thing I knew from school. And my time here is now running short. Monster Reborn, this dying sport. Wow. Hold on. How do I give you shit? Take this. That was amazing. I'm glad I saw that. But poetry, please. This was amazing. Hell yeah. Fuck, fair enough. The tune of the real Slim Shady. Oh my god, fair enough. This chance negating. A 5. Okay, I don't know songs. All right, I don't know what number number 5 is. Did the guy not respond? Oh man. He got fucking clapped with that nice poem and then he just fucking left. So this guy's been shitposting for a while. Oh my god, okay, yeah, alright, fair enough. 2 posts. 2 posts. He's always on this, like, same exact thread. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like magic. Yeah, really? 2010 is when it died? Sure? Sure about that? When Synchros came out? Yeah? Oh no, Synchros were, 2008, right? Oh shit, was it 2008 or was it... Yeah, no, because Zexal was after that. I think it was 2008 that came out. I can't believe that you'd compare Yu-Gi-Oh! To Magic. I know I've read that one before. Divinity. Wait, was this made by... It is, How have I not seen these? Nope! This game is still redacted. I just came back to try a couple of hands, but nope! Current Yu-Gi-Oh! Generation of... Sorry. But no, current Yu-Gi-Oh! Generation of cards is still bad. They might have banned and limited some cards, but the cards that are on the ban list are the cards you needed to counter the annoying aggressive spam. Negate everything, 1-turn blast decks. Very unfortunate. Like, this is a take I've seen a couple of times now, and I still don't understand it. So you're saying that if everything on the ban list was not banned, you'd be able to counter the fucking meta cards? I don't think that would work. I think that you'd be going up against a new enemy, alright? Like, I like this guy's thought process though. Like, man, if Magical Scientist wasn't banned, I'd be able to take out these fucking tier element fucking noobs so easily. That's the reason why it's banned, my guy. Like, what good is a Slifer promo if cards from that generation are completely, and I mean absolutely completely useless against the post-modern meta decks? You can still use Slifer. You can still use Slifer. There's like some Slifer support out there. You can make it work. Sorry, Konami, your card game has become butt. Thanks to your own doing. When did it become butt? Like, when? Just undo the ban list altogether. It's not like it's going to change the current meta decks. It would make a new meta. Actually, Will Zodiac has been proven to strong. Yeah, Rat Pier and shit is kind of fucking nuts. What aggressive sound to get reversed? I'm assuming he's talking about Snake Eyes. All of them, dude. They just have another paint job between them. Yeah, all of them? Every single one of them? Yeah, right. Man, my hero decks. My hero decks are so aggressive and negate heavy. Fuck. Exaggerating so hard that it comes off as you knowing that. Neither of those leads to anything meaningful. Okay, fair enough. Weird, right? At least back in the day you could win with a different concept, but now it's all the same deck with monsters that are named differently. So, going back to Sesko's argument here, are you saying that back in the day... Well, okay. Because it was basically a beat stick fest, alright? Just because you have another card with a different name and a different attribute and a different type, it still has 1800 attack versus your opponent's monster, which still has 1800 attack. The art, the card name, none of that shit means any difference. It's just, oh, this card is stronger than this one. That's it. Like, of course you'd be using different cards. Because I get the understanding, like, I get the mirror match now because every deck is, like, the same, basically. It's not like, I'm sure if there was a Snake Eyes deck called like Two Eyes or something like that, and it was exactly the same cards but like a wind attribute and wasn't pyro and was like, I don't know, aqua, and all of the fucking all of the cards were exactly like flip-flop, like all mirrors of each other, like they're all it's the same bullshit, just different card art, different types, different attributes, and functioned exactly the same, and you could do the exact same combos with them. Would that be considered a different deck? Like if you were to verse each other with that, would that be a different deck loadout, or would it be the same deck? This solo mode is still fun. Yeah, this is a solo mode. Screw this bastard. How could they have done that? Fuck. Hope he doesn't play the game very much. How many hours do they have? Oh, it's an alt account. I don't even want to... Wait, hang on. Counting past silver. I don't even want to against these annoyingly aggressive spam decks. Negate everything, one-turn blast decks. You guys have no idea how fun this card game used to be. I just played it, Cesco. I played GOAT format just a few minutes ago. It was pretty fun. But like, holy shit, did it take like fucking 20 turns to get going? Now it's just high tea while someone spawns their whole deck 3 times to get 6 5,000 attack point monsters in the field that negate and destroy everything. Tactics have gone in this game. It's just meta. All the same meta on top of that. Boring. And if this is your idea of fun, well, have at it. You guys must have a lot of friends. Oh, I do. Thank you. You can be one of them, Cesco. I'll add you. How do I add him? Hang on. Add friend. There you go, Cesco. I can be your friend too now. You can go outside a little bit. Deception. Chloe makes good posts. Spamming your whole deck 6 times to get your 6. You've changed it from 6. You've changed it from 5 to 6 now. 6,000 attack power monsters on the field is not fast paced. It is a meta, and there is only one meta in this whole game. The decks used adhere to the meta are just called differently. I mean, like, there... Does he know what rogue decks are? Just asking for a friend. Does he know? If you take a look at some high-level competitive matches, you'll definitely see some fantastic plays from skilled players who actually know what they're doing.
Well, I can't watch this nonsense. It's the same few decks with the same strategy. Coin toss basically wins the game.
Poor Cesco. Cesco's just rage baiting on the forums. Cesco, I feel so bad for you. Why you gotta do this, man? Why you gotta do this? I get what he means though. Like, personally, from my own experience, no, I don't want to see Snake Eyes versus Snake Eyes. I would rather kill myself, okay? But I would like to see Snake Eyes versus something like, I don't know, Heroes, for example, and see how Heroes can win that bout, because that's pretty cool to me. All right, there are high-level competitive decks out there that aren't just meta nonsense, and it is really cool to see those decks actually play at, like, you know, competitive tournaments. But, you know, you can't watch any nonsense. They're all the same deck. Fuck everything. So the passive aggressiveness is cute, considering it all boils down to you suggesting that if you aren't having fun with the current state of the game, then how can anyone else enjoy it? Or if you aren't having fun, then no one else should be having fun.
Stop being passive aggressive yourself and don't misconstrue my post.
I don't think anything was misconstrued.
There is no fun playing this game because you can't play.
I want this guy to see my replays. You can play. You can play. It's okay. And you can win by going second. It's pretty consistent. You can do it.
You can only lose to the postmodern aggro spam, negate everything decks. The game is about having a deck that is flawed, going against another flawed deck. The cards and decks now have a text and effects so expansive, telling you nothing, but this card negates everything your opponent does before you can even start your summon procedure of 8 cards you already used some more times before this time.
I don't know what he's getting at here. I guess, okay. I hope he's not targeting hand traps with this. Like, I understand if he's talking about like Baron, but it's interesting to see a Snake Eyes end board where there's only like one negate. And I don't know why, but like Snake Eyes being the big bad, the big scary is kind of hilarious to me because there's only like one, maybe two negates on the field. And like one forbidden droplet is enough to just stop that. And then like you can just play the game normally at that point. It's like it doesn't really matter what they bring out. The only time it's a bit cancerous if it's somebody who's actually trying to go for an FTK strategy and like has a full lockdown. Because I did see a couple of those fucking calamity bullshits just randomly playing before the ban list hit again. Because god, the calamity lockdown was a bit fucked. But nah, I don't think this guy would have run into that, sadly. I don't consider Ash Blossom or Infinite Impermanence or Cold Buy or Cross-Like Designator like that to be a, oh, just negate everything you can do. Like, I don't see that, alright? And I know this guy's deck just isn't good enough to play around stuff like that, which is sad. But, you know, man, just slip in like a couple of nibs, a couple of Nibiru's into your deck, and you'll be fine. It's funny to watch Valmonica end on a fucking token. It's great. Suggested official beings of the game. Master Duel, current Master Duel. For you.
For worse, it's not about Master Duel. It's about Yu-Gi-Oh! Not being for anyone anymore. Except for a few that like winning and having their own original deck and playing it, learning from it. GOAT format exists for people like this. And Trinity format too. Let me guess, you play a deck yourself and you think it's unique because it has no strategy and no win con, and now blame everyone who plays a modern decks. You guessed wrong! My deck can definitely win, and it can definitely lose because it has holes. What it can't do is negate everything my opponent does and remove everything from the field and redraws every monster in my deck. Every deck and ass pull deck at the same time. Oh, I just realized something. I think I know why Morphing Jar is legal now. Because like 9 times out of 10, no one's going to attack into Morphing Jar. I just realized that there'd be no way for you to actually like use its effect. Because it'll just get fucking Baroned off the field. Like, oh yeah, right. That's why it's legal. This is interesting to me though. I want to know what deck he's using then. Please show me the deck. What is ass pull deck, by the way? What is that one? Is that like, is that your banishment zone? Is that your ass pull deck? That's meta. Yeah. Like, I would love to read Chloe's posts, but they're very like good and holy shit, like I don't really have a lot of time. Not gonna lie. I like that they responded to everything though. So like the ton of rogue strategies and all their own in the metagame. But if you choose to play stuff like battling boxes, that's on you. Leaving how to make magic key work just because it's mean. Most of the game, play base, just different stuff up again. I do feel because at the end of the day, there is something we can both agree on. Nowadays. Oh, this is sad. Speaking of this bias, I'm gonna take it seriously. I have nothing else to say on the matter. I won't deny that this game is more coin flippy, but to say it's just all a coin flip is really disingenuous. Just as a surface level introspective and actual illustrators of the game, which don't get me wrong. I stopped reading after this point because I presume the rest is going to be a long rant about you wanting to keep playing the meta way. Oh, Cesco, that's really disingenuous. Cesco, you really should like get a time machine, go back and like read the rest of it. Cesco.
Cesco, please. Why would you do that? Chloe put a lot of heart into this post. And that's why no one take you seriously. Yep. We're not fascinated that's in the first place. A lot of Yugi boomers are like that, which is crazy. I guess it's because of the card text. Like, if they can't fucking read any card text, they're not gonna read like a fucking essay of a post. Because I didn't read, you bastard. What the fuck? I feel bad for both Chloe and Cesco, because Cesco got the answer he was looking for. He got it. He was just being a fucking cunt and not actually reading the fucking thing. Why? That's just rude. Not everyone's a cunt, mate. Cope and seethe, Yugi Boomer. People like you cry at pure Furhire, pure Ursatic, and pure Super Quantal. Pure Super Quantal. I need to actually make a good Super Quantal deck. I haven't done that yet. I've got the cards. I haven't put it together. Read some new cards and learn how to play the game, or cry yourself a river to Edison and Goat. Fuck. Quite nice wise though. Did they come back? Yo, Hungry Burger Gaming. Fucking hell. Oh, they did come back. The issue is that the game is about progression, and it kind of punishes you for not playing the modern format. It is a very narrow mindset, which is reflected in its player base. Indeed. Most of them are mimicking each other, going for those aggro postmodern nuke and negate everything decks. I mean, it's the... Obviously, your goal is to get as many gems as possible from ranked, and the easiest way to do that is to win, and the easiest way to win is to stop your opponent from playing. So yes, they're gonna do that. That's just a fault of, like, the progression system of the game. Look, I'm not the one making the claim that people with opposing views don't have friends. Oof. Bro doesn't have friends. What kind of interaction is this? Did he ever come back, though? I don't know if he came back. Anybody who can help with that? That's a shame. Oh, was this guy talking? I actually didn't look at the other stuff. Was this guy also talking shit? Why are you even here? Just having fun. Is that illegal in Yu-Gi-Oh? But I'm a little bit of a rebel. Fuck. If you don't like the game as it is now, go away, you ducking boomer casual noob. If I didn't know Yu-Gi-Oh! Community was a copy of the LOL community now. Not really surprised, but a little disappointed though. I guess I get my boomer carcass out of your game then. I mean, not gonna lie, if you want to play old school Yu-Gi-Oh! There are outlets for old school Yu-Gi-Oh! It does exist. Oi mate, learn to read before applying. And as sad as it is, I've met a for hire player exactly one time back when the spot was released, and never again. Okay. This is actually a very nice post. People are toxic on both sides. Looking at Cesco, for example, by the way, like people were actually... Chloe, for example, was being very nice, all right? And responding perfectly to what Cesco wanted, like, as a response, okay? And Cesco was like, nah, fuck you, I can't read. Like, what? So to call, like, people on the Steam forums toxic is a little disingenuous to the people who are making these absurd claims. Reasonable discussions, as the OP stated, they're relatively level-headed. Only further down did it become more collective whining tantrum of the various individuals. This happens like every time as well. Because like they'll make an outlandish post, people would think it's a joke, they'll try to double down, and then people will laugh at them, and then they'll be like just really mad and upset and whinge, and then somebody will actually come in and give them a proper breakdown of their response, but they're so fucking clouded with their judgment that they're not even gonna read the like legit post and just make another shit post claiming that their post is invalid because it's not about what they're posting about, and then just get really mad and then leave like Cesco and never come back. Cesco, please. Astrolite is right on the money. Redacted. Yugi boomers put some redacted hand traps or board breakers in your deck. Maybe take out the random normal monsters printed in 2004 or effect monsters worse than normal monsters to make room for them. All versions of Yu-Gi-Oh! Are flawed games, but when your criticism is my deck with no interaction can go second versus an uninterrupted combo board, you need to look at yourself and realize you are just as much of the problem. Not to mention the extreme exaggeration. There are like 3 Wombo combo decks viable in this format. Dragon Link and Math Mech. And I guess branded. Other decks are more mid-range, so Soul Labyrinth. A fucking labyrinth. There are so many busted going second decks. Please put some Ash Blossoms or Imperms or Kaijus or something in your deck. It's really all you need. Like, Ash Blossoms, maybe like a Maxi, probably not a couple Maxis, but a Maxi, Cold Buys, Crossouts, Niburus, Papa Shekels. You're like all over this place. But you hit the nail right on the head with this one, though. Also, Papa Shekels, not gonna lie, I'm very tempted to make like a shit post. I have done some reading, and I've noticed that people complain about something very specific, and I want to make a post about it. I'm to it, I swear. I'm a rogue player now. If he does come back with that, like he's like, guys, I've done some soul searching. I play Alistair now. I do it. I've made an Invoker deck. I've done it. Holy shit. Wouldn't be the first. I want to make it as like not too on the nose, but something I've noticed a lot of people complaining about. This guy in particular, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, also is complaining about it because all decks are the same nowadays. And playing Tag Force as well, I'm actually interested. When did archetypes become a thing? Because I don't think GOAT format has any archetypal cards, like, at all. I think GX only started that with, like, you know, Heroes and Cyber Angels and stuff. Cyber Dragons as well. Like, that's when the archetypes kind of started. And I don't think many boomers played past, like, Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is basically just put whatever pack filler you can into your deck. Like, fuck. Oh, Harpy Ladies is also an... Like, okay, do boomers consider Harpy Ladies an archetype before, like... I get... There's no real, like... No, there's one search card. Does that count? Like... Came real archetypes later. Harpy Ladies without support, though, is like... 4 cards. I think. And the rest is just like Winged Beast cards. Arc Fiends? Oh, right. Yeah, the fucking like dice rolling effects and stuff. I do want to make an old Arc Fiend deck at some point for gambling purposes because I think it'll be funny. I haven't seen like... I know that they have a link and the link also has gambling on it, but I've never seen anybody use that link ever because it's probably not great, but that would be a funny card to see. I wonder if I asked, not this guy, but that other like Goes guy, the guy who's like upset about archetypes and things. I forgot his name now. I thought I was looking at this because, oh yeah, he did. He made the post right here. This guy. I want to ask this guy, what he considers to be an archetype back in the day, because I don't think, outside of like random synergies with certain card archetypes, like let's say a mill deck just so happens to have a bunch of cards that force your opponent to mill. It's not specifically an archetype, like let's say Light Swans or Tillaments, for example, not specifically forcing your opponent to mill, but just a bunch of cards that happen to do the same effect. You probably wouldn't consider that an archetype. But nowadays Konami is making it so easy with archetypes just being all about the same thing. Sesko never came back, did he? Damn, that's upsetting. I don't think Sesko made any other posts because he doesn't like... Oh yeah, right, his profile's private as well, sadly. Maybe he'll accept my friend request, maybe. Maybe 2 more posts. This guy's got... I don't want to say interesting takes, but he's got the same take. It's the same take every time. Every single time. Jesus. I do like the quick effects of cheating. Again, I would like to meet this guy because playing Tag Force just then and having like order to charge be a quick effect, being like, oh, you darkhold my monster, well, I can just fucking like do this instead. Okay. Actually, that wouldn't really change anything, but like, let's say it was in response to fucking, I don't know, Dark Core or something. Like, there were quick effects that did kind of save your monster in a sense. Those were cool. Fomenting. Wait. Also, this guy, I don't think English is his first language, but I like how he spells.
It's not fun. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh! That game needs new rules. Needs to stop fomenting change and dismiss these creators of cards addicted to quick effect cards. I also think he just lost to Runic like twice. Runic destroyed this guy. This is a turn game. Should be strategic and not this filth of massive quick effects. Currently, the game does nothing to facilitate the entry of players, cheaters, and expels also veterans and fans of the game. What? There is no more strategy in this game. It is only dirty tactics that offend the user and rot the fame of the game. Fuck. There is enough time to stop destroying gameplay and return to origins, dueling with unique tactics, adopting archetypes, and the damn Link is by far the worst idea they've ever had. Completely massacred the game. Not even the Link-inspired anime attracts players. It's really disgusting to play Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2023. Papa Shekels, how has this guy made the same post, like, almost every day? Like, it's the same thing. It's the same complaint, just worded differently each time. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is ruined. Oh my god. Just post the same thing. Who's his target audience? Like, what, like, I don't think people care. It's like 8 friends. I saw the ones from like June the 5th. Like, it's specifically June the 5th, and he made like fucking 7 posts. What? That is insane. That is insane. Also, like, I understand this because playing decks now, and like I guess versing an opponent like, I don't know, Val Monica, for example, and if I don't see their monster that has quick effect on it, if it doesn't say quick effect on it, then I don't have to worry about it, because they're not going to activate it during my turn. I don't have to worry about that card. I like problem solving card text. It makes it very easy to look at like the brackets quick effect and then just fucking go from there. It's not fun. KBJ, the game is ruined. It's ruined. His idea for like a rule change as well is baffling to me. Like, if you use a trap on a monster, like, I guess Infinite Impermanence as an example, you are no longer allowed to use that monster for 5 turns. What kind of like insane rule change is that? Same for spell and monster effects. Like, what the fuck? I don't know if you're being genuine or baiting for points now. I think this guy is absolutely baiting for points. You know what? I'll give him this. He probably just wants 1 point. There you go. Hopefully that'll keep him happy. Oh shit, what if that like... What if he receives an email for that and he's like, oh god, I gotta post to the forums again. And he'll be back. He'll be back again. You guys want about Broken Mess? Yeah.
I'm curious, like, it's always interesting when he rebuts, but he doesn't really do it very often. Which is why it's hard to take him seriously. Also, now that I know that Chloe has made verse 3, I need to see verse 2 and verse 1 as well. Wait, who is this against? Who is this against? Oh, this is a different name. It's not a long dead card game. It's a dead card game. Alright. Steam doesn't need emails. I got a nice little notification that someone's looking at his stuff. I don't know if I want to send him a... I would love... Okay, I take that back. I actually would love to send him a friend request and have a duel with him. Because I want to know what types of decks he uses. That would interest me a little bit. Please. Is that a reading comprehension? I can't believe Yu-Gi-Oh! Is dead. My god. He didn't come back, did he? This isn't even about him anymore. What the hell is this? Okay. Wait, who is this in Johnson? Is this Johnson? No. Who the fuck is Johnson? It's not this guy. I don't... Damn fucking people changing their names and shit. Fuck. Seeing possible second reference point. Doesn't stability grow, comfort levels. Wait, is this guy even in the thread anymore? And it's player base who enjoys OTK decks and unfair advantages, the same people who stay away from card games with actual skill. There's oftentimes the same psychological traits of a cheater. Now, although this thought is merely psych theory, not backed up by any major university study, if you take time to lay things out, similarities are eye-opening. What the fuck? Are you Johnson? That's not me. True, Papa. It could be. Oh man. I kind of wish... Well, I guess it's not really archived, so to speak, so there wouldn't be a way to see deleted posts, but damn it. Yeah, Johnson just isn't in this thread. The very foundation of this is mind-boggling. If the hacker was so brilliant to this insaneness, if Counter-Strike, for example, had a gun that made it impossible to beat whoever had it, the game would die out. I mean, this analogy makes no sense because any board can be broken pretty easily. Like, I've seen Harpy's Feather Duster and Raigeki comboed back to back, and then it's like, what do you do against that? Like, that didn't work, evenly matched then after that. Like, then you get to play the game. Fucking hell. Too long, formation just gets nerfed. It's DiGiorno. Is this? Oh, this is Johnson. Okay, hold on. Response Pro, you didn't answer my question. Exactly what card game are you comparing Yu-Gi-Oh to that is so highly skill-based that you can state with so much certainty Yu-Gi-Oh is awful comparatively? Are you comparing it to completely different games like Five Finger Fillet, darts, billiards, beanbags, lawn darts, horseshoes, archery? Because if you're not looking at contemporaries, you're just a screecher looking to ruin other people's fun for the sake of it. It is extremely hard having productive conversations with people who don't actually read or have a strong comprehensive understanding of the topic. Let me break it down for you in more simpler terms. And the basis of skill in video games is a universally developed behavior, regardless of what game genre you play in. Most, if not all, competitive-based games train your brain in strategy, logical and spatial thinking, and communication. Probably more. My comments were specifically ones of social commentary on the mindset of those who defend OTK-style decks and other questionable styles of winning matches. This mindset and commentary isn't staple to Yu-Gi-Oh! Alone, but an acclamation of other competitive games I've spent in years, including Yu-Gi-Oh! Other competitive games. Okay. Hypothetically, if you were to compare this to Counter-Strike again, and let's say somebody got a gun that stopped you from playing the game, alright? Would you not want people to be able to just nuke that person out of existence and win the game? Like, isn't that okay for the other team who doesn't have the gun to have that as an option? Because that would be okay, and that decks do allow for you to just nuke the opponent if you didn't win the coin flip and you went second and they have a full board of negates. Isn't that okay? I mean, it's Konami's fault for letting it happen in the first place, but I mean, it's just what it is now. There are ways to play around it. It's not a huge deal anymore. Sorry. My comment on saying how your initial reply to me was illustrative of my point was an answer. Although not a directly laid out answer like you were hoping for. It required a bit more reading comprehension to understand the overall meaning. But in case it isn't clear now, I can summarize it for you here. Oh jeez, this guy brought up the fucking wiki article. A good chunk, I would even wager upwards to 85% of players who take control or use of OTK decks are ones who develop the skills to use said decks. Oh, that's a little disingenuous. There isn't any made strategy they formed because all they need to do is follow a guide. So when I refer to them as the same people who stay away from games that require actual built skill, I'm referring to games that require some built behavior or trained skill in order to be successful or good. So I'm gonna stop you right there for a second, mate. My problem with this is, let's say you're playing an RPG, for example, with a big old fucking skill tree, like a massive fucking skill tree. Let's use Diablo 4 as an example because it's on the top of my head right now. And you want to have like a nice end game build, okay? Would you sit there trying to synergize every single fucking skill point in that game with every single legendary aspect of every single armor weapon in that game to find out what works best together to get the most optimal and most powerful set of damage to just clear dungeons easily? Like, would you seriously do that? Asking for a friend. Like, would you actually just sit there and like try everything out to see like a 10% extra damage you get for like one thing? No, you'd obviously look up a build guide and see how it's played, okay? You'd probably do that before even starting the game to know what you're getting yourself into with a particular class. I feel like that's no different. Like, okay, let's say, man, the fur hire cards look really cool because I'm a furry. I would love to use those cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! But how do they work? I've never used fusions before. What are fusions and how do they work with fur hire? Oh, I better look this up because I don't want to spend like 10,000 hours trying to synergize fur hire cards to figure out what I need in the deck. That's how these go. Maybe it's not necessarily a straight copy paste of a deck somebody used in a ranked match and it's like, well, shit, this Snake Eyes deck everyone is using seems really good and I keep losing to it. I better copy that deck and build all the URs for it and then use it in ranked because I've seen the combo enough I can probably pull it off myself. I don't think that's how it works. The only reason I like heroes and use heroes the most is because I've been using heroes for a while and seeing a deck optimized with heroes is fucking amazing. Yeah, I'm not going to use Voltic anymore because Voltic is fucking shit. like fucking hell. Because like before coming to Master Duel, I wish I saved it because I still had like my original fucking hero deck from back in the day like saved on Master Duel. but I scrapped that for deck space. Man, if you saw that, it would be the most cancerous shit imaginable, because yeah, I thought I thought Elemental Hero Swamp Man was good. Oh, Lord, was I wrong with that? But like, it's shit like that nowadays where the deck still functions, all right? I just need to use the better cards. Except I don't know what the better cards were. I didn't know Vision Hero Pharaohs was a thing until like 2 months ago, and I was like, holy shit, this card's like busted. What the fuck? Except now I've noticed that people are countering it. I don't know if it's because heroes are being used more. I don't know if that's a thing or not. I've only versed one other hero player, but I've noticed people targeting increase now more so than before. Meaning I get roadblocked a little bit now. It's like, shit, people are learning. As soon as you hit increase, I can't really do much. Fuck. Regardless, just look up a guide on how to make a deck. It's fine. It's good for branching out, so you're not using the same Dark Magician deck over and over and over again. Following a guide to direct your actions is not a measure of skill, but merely a measurement of being able to follow direction. Arguably, the person with the most skill for the OTK decks are the ones who made up the strategy first. How much strategy does it take to make Shining Neoswing Man? Like, okay, like I need to hold, like that card can OTK so easily without even needing like that much in the graveyard. Since Boral Sword came out, fuck. Like, I like that you can OTK. Like, I would prefer being able to like play around hand traps and negates and still being able to OTK your opponent rather than just sitting there and scooping, because when you can't do anything. You also never know if your opponent is just gonna have a fucking heart attack and just surrender for no reason. Like, the fact that that's happened once means it can happen again. So, who knows? Okay, maybe after playing Tag Force, I kind of get the OTK complaints, because you can't exactly OTK in Tag Force unless you're versing Zane, and Zane just fucking brings out Cyber Twin with like limiter removal, and then in that case, well then I'm fucked. But like, well, no, you could, well, okay, I forgot, Goat format doesn't have Cyber Dragons, right? Fuck. I guess there wasn't really any OTKs on OTK deck. Papa Shekels, in that case, Ojamas are an OTK deck, because Ojamas can also make access code. Like, fucking Cloudians can make access code pretty easily. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, bro, I used my, like, oh, what the fuck was the Cloudian called again? Turbulence, I think it was. It's like, yeah, I summoned Cloudian Turbulence. I used the Fog counter card to give it, like, 4 Fog counters. I now summon a Cloudian, like, Ball Fella, a Link Spider, Cloudian Ball Fella again, Link Spider, another Cloudy, oh, and then I link those into, like, IP or some shit. And then you just go from there, make another Link Spider, and then you make access code. Like, wow, okay. That was really easy. Like, my goodness. Also, no. I want to know what this guy uses as a deck. Because if he doesn't like OTKs, he should not be using an OTK deck, right? Which is why I'm curious as to what deck he's using and going up against people with. Reason get to Cyberstein. Yeah, that would probably do it. Fuck. Jesus. Well, yeah, like, OTKs have been a thing for a while now. I guess it just depends on how you play defensively. Anyway, let's say Johnson over here won the coin toss. Surely he would have some kind of like defenses to stop that. Like, let's say he was going up against somebody with Cyberstein and used limiter removal. Hopefully he's got negate attack face down. That would be pretty useful, and he stops the OTK. Like, you know what else stops an OTK? Battle Fader. Alright? You know what else stops it? Just use that, all right? Fuck. Or Nib as well. Nib would also stop it too. Because usually in order to OTK, you'd have to summon more than 5 times. Sorry, anyway. People's arguments on the topic are extremely one-dimensional, and it makes having any productivity in this topic exhausting. There is no secret answer, or one way is right. Gaming behavior is always a developing scene, and it will never be a cold-cut answer to anything. I should also mention, for conversation's sake, I'm combining all OTK decks into one umbrella. I understand there are that there's the odd few decks that require considerable planning and skill to pull off. I like how every deck that can OTK is under this umbrella. Yeah, like fucking Galaxy Eye, Stardust Dragon, they're all in there. Every single one. Just the same as Heroes, alright? However, this is not the majority, and for people who say this as being willfully ignorant, or are just as knowledgeable, or just aren't as knowledgeable as they claim to be. Swift Scarecrow. I am very tempted to use like battle phase skipping cards like that now, just because I think it'll be so funny. Like, yeah, bro, hand traps, mate. The other guy who hated hand traps. Just put more hand traps in. Needless to say, I hope this provides some more information. It didn't provide any information, my guy. There was like no sustenance here at all. You just said fuck OTK decks. That's all you said in like this entire paragraph. What was the point of that? Habla English, por favor. You keep not answering the question with bullshit psychoanalytical rhetoric sophistry, Jesus Christ. As if you have a point, but you're saying nothing of substance and dripping with condensation while you do it. There's no point to engage people like you beyond the second blush because you're incapable of doing anything without strawmans and ego. I agree. What was his actual point other than fuck OTKs? That people who use OTKs shouldn't be using OTK decks because only the person who figured out how to make the OTK should be allowed to use the OTK? I find that very disingenuous to deck building in general. Like, how... The complaint keeps coming up where decks aren't as creative, alright? Like, everybody just net decks these days. Nobody actually like sits down and crafts their own deck. Like my brother in Christ. Specifically when it comes to Master Duel, okay? You're not just playing for fun, okay? Specifically Master Duel, which has you like needing to win battles in order to actually progress and, you know, get gems and make more decks. You don't really have the luxury of fucking about. I'm just saying. Yeah, in Tag Force, I can fuck about and make my own deck because I'm not gonna fucking, like, die. Alright? Like, I get to play the game at least. That's part of the game. Master Duel isn't like that. There's a solo mode for that reason, but not a lot of people play solo mode after getting all of the gems from it. There's really no reason to. Alright, Johnson, what do you got for me? You played this game for 200 hours? God damn. Must really love it. Did you just seriously come in here bringing your sources? Are you fucking for real? I've never seen such white knighting before. Here's some surface level reading you can do. It's unfortunate that the American education system has failed you so much. Our conversation clearly wasn't worth me typing out some thoughts, so instead, I'll leave you with some researches to read. You can read, right? That's... Mate, you don't have to fucking, you know, kill them for it, right? That's a little rude. I'll look at these in a second. Maybe with time, and a lot of care, we can correct the deficiencies that you were forced into... that you were forced into thinking were okay. Despite me being facetious... It genuinely is sad that you are unable to have this conversation productively. I wish you luck in your endeavors. It ended here? Why? Did he not read this? What is this? ResearchGate. John Leto. Bro. The effects of playing cooperatively and competitive video games on teamwork and team performance. What's the teamwork in Yu-Gi-Oh? What? No, I'm not gonna join your fucking site. Alright, get your skin reading glasses on. I'm not looking at this forever. I'm not reading an actual, like, university essay, okay? Bro, you're comparing Yu-Gi-Oh to this? Did Johnson actually read this? I can't fucking, it's too fucking small for me. Okay, I can't fucking read this shit. It's not even in English. All right, hopefully your next link will actually have some context, please. All right, psychological and competitive gaming. Today, competitive gaming has been widely researched and recognized in scientific and professional literature and video games. The name suggests as players tournaments. What does this have to do with like OTKs? How does this back up your argument? This is an article on competitive gaming as like a workforce, like as a like what? Guardian Angel. So this guy, this wiki warrior over here, Johnson. So okay, first off, let's start at the beginning. So this guy, oh my god, this fucking mega thread. It's not fun. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh. I forgot it actually started with this, honestly. I thought this was a different post. So this guy thinks that Yu-Gi-Oh needs to change. Quick effects are too fast. People are playing outside their turn. He's not happy with it. Okay. Johnson over here, however, doesn't like the idea that people can OT, like people are defending like FTK deck, well not really FTK decks, but more specifically OTK decks, like decks that let you just summon out a bunch of strong monsters and win the duel with that, like win the duel on turn 2 basically. He doesn't like people advocating that's a good thing, okay, for some reason, and then decides to like make this fucking mega post. Where was it? This fucking huge post about just basically saying, I don't like OTK decks, and OTK decks should be limited to people who have figured out how to OTK with that particular deck. And he doesn't like net decking as well, that people should be building their own decks and not just like looking up a build guide for decks. That's basically it, with no like real proof that basically like let's say Timmy, all right, I versed and ranked in Plat 5, has a hero deck, all right, and oh shit, it's the same hero deck I'm using, oh my god, and he was able to do the OTK while I didn't. Well fuck, does that mean that he's allowed to OTK? Are we both allowed to OTK? Like what? Am I allowed to use the deck? Is he allowed to use the deck? Are you allowed to use these decks? I just locks at the draw. Like, you have to play through your opponent's like bullshit first in order to, like, I'm not to be like, you know, a super staunch defender of OTKs, but I'm kind of glad that there's a way for you to break through somebody's deck and actually go for the win. Like, my goodness. Such a weird trend. It's a strange common trend too, because I wonder, to be fair, before Master Duel came out, and I didn't play like any, I think I played Legacy Duels for like a couple seconds. I didn't play it for too long. Like, I understand the thought of buying, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh booster packs and like making a deck based on like, you know, packs from like, I don't know, a certain archetype that you can get based on, like, you want to make it your own deck, all right, your pet deck basically, and you don't want to copy somebody else's deck from the internet because it's not, that's not your deck, all right. This is what Deathsea was talking about too as well, where like fucking you can't like, oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Oh, nice Guardian. tournament. I've been meaning to like do something with this. Where is it? With this Honest Neos card that I have, because a mate of mine gave me the Japanese Honest Neos, but I've got nothing to do with it. It's really cool looking though, but I don't have any of my decks anymore. It just looks really neat. I'll just the current meta right now. The only thing you need to know about the current meta is Snake Eyes. That's the only thing people complain about, apparently. Didn't have your deck to the ground. Oh no. Because I haven't I know people are using Valmonicas. I don't know how good Valmonicas are. I haven't really used them that much. They look interesting though. Wizarding Pearly. Oh yeah, Pearly. I've rarely seen those anymore. Because I thought those were like pretty popular when they came out. But no, now it's all just Fire King Snake Eyes, which is hilarious. And there was somebody complaining about that too, in the World Championship qualifier thing that's currently going on, that like special event. I haven't seen a Snake Eyes Fire King deck in that yet. I'm sure they're out there though. I wouldn't believe it. But anyway, this guy basically had a bunch of strawmen that he popped up and got called out for just making some bullshit nonsensical Reddit argument. Then for some reason he decides to be like, well, actually, here's the sources that I cited for those thoughts, and you should probably read these. And this is where it ends. Now, personally, I will probably get banned by a moderator if I say this, but I would like to respond to this guy being like, yeah, bro, I fucking read your links. It's pointless. Like, what does it have to do with OTKs? Because there's nothing that comes after this, which is sad. Because I would like this to continue a little bit further. Just a little bit. Because this is what he's fucking arguing for. This has nothing to do with OTKs and Yu-Gi-Oh! What? None of them mention Yu-Gi-Oh! They're all about like, sort of like a competitive mindset for competitive games. Like, I sort of get what he's getting at. But there's a big difference between like Call of Duty and Yu-Gi-Oh! Just saying, you know? So I don't think this is going to be even like close. Non-binary? I haven't seen Artis in a while. I miss Artis. I wonder if Artis has made any posts. Alright, what is this one, my guy? Please don't link straight to porn though, that'd be a bit embarrassing. What are some things going to ties to cheating in competitive online games? Okay, wait. Is he actually bringing this up in response to the original poster being like, oh, quick plays are cheating? Because quick plays aren't cheating. Runics aren't cheating. All right, fuck. I have to change my deck. Oh no. Make himself look smart. That might be the case, Papa Shekels, because I personally don't think Johnson has actually read these, because they don't seem to back up his argument in any way. Self-esteem and aggression. Like, just because you can bring up, you know, supporting articles that maybe have your basis on like, well, my train of thought, why certain users in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are more inclined to use more powerful decks than others, and to net deck specifically, is because they want to win. Like, I don't know if that's his... Okay. I don't like his argument because it can't be compared to the mindset of Master Duel in general. If any competitive game... Well, actually, no. Like, what's a good example? Let's take, One doesn't say no one wrote it. Oh, no. I forgot the ban list changed, like, super recently. I don't know what else changed other than, the Red Dragon Archfiend Calamity thing got banned. That's the main thing I noticed from that. I don't know about anything else. Let's take Overwatch, for example. Oh, wow. Actually, speaking of, Overwatch. You have a team, right? Let's say you've got a team of 6 friends And how many people can play in a team in Overwatch? Is it 6 or 5? Fuck, I don't remember. I want to say 6 because I forget it now. You've got 6 people that play in Overwatch. Are you just gonna pick random heroes and hope to play ranked and win? No. You and your friends in your team are gonna like look up optimal like synergized like hero selections and go with that. Okay? You're like a proper formation of DPS, tank, and like fucking, I don't even know how Overwatch is played anymore. It's been years. Oh, it's 5v5 now? Oh, wow. Okay. But basically, if you have a team of 5, you're gonna want to build like an, well, I say build. You'd want to have like an optimal setup of heroes to sort of cover your, you know, weaknesses. This is my kind of stuff. I haven't played it since Overwatch 1, and I only just used D.Va. That was it. But no, basically, you're gonna have some kind of, you'd want some mindset for that, okay? And when you come to Yu-Gi-Oh, you can't just build like a Mad Dog of Darkness deck and expect to win ranked. Like, it's not even close. Like, armor heroes. Oh my goodness. So Tourbillon's like, actually I don't know if Tourbillon does armor anymore. I'll trend them on your opponents. If you've done like 10 matches, you'll probably most likely see a very common theme with decks. Because you don't really verse like, well, unless you're in Plat 5. Plat 5 is where you see all the fucking crazy shit that people use, like Slifer. Alright. Oh, interesting, Guardian Angel. Interesting. Life skills developed by those who have played in video game tournaments. How does this support OTKs in Yu-Gi-Oh? It's another one of these fucking weird ass PDFs. Oh, non-pulse do more damage. Oh, okay. Figure out. I did see some posts about well, this is more like 2022 posts about people using the campaign code to get the special like the Sword Soul deck that everybody would get. Like, oh, they really want this like Sword Soul structure deck because it basically just destroys everybody in ranked. Like, and then now like Sword Soul is so a non-threat. It's such a non-issue. Yeah, people are still out there playing Sword Souls and swear by it. Like, yeah, alright. My brother in Christ, this text is so small in this PDF, I can't fucking read it. Ultra scrap, oh god. That reminds me, I did actually get a bunch of gems from the whole event thing that's happened. I need to finish the Ignite deck. I feel like that'll be fun. A fun pivot to use for Plat 5. Stories behind the facts. Why is this formatted differently? It's all on the right. Sorry, what is this article about? What did you just link? What is this? What is this one? Johnson. What the fuck is this article about? This isn't even like an article. This is just a link to other articles. What does this have to do with OTKs, Johnson? What does this have to do? Not gonna lie, I think Johnson might be, what's the word? Like red-pilled, blue-pilled? He might be one of those. We can correct the deficiencies that you're forced into thinking were okay. Johnson. You play Yu-Gi-Oh? Why? I'm just gonna look at this one time. One time. Of course he posted Call of Duty. Why wouldn't it be Call of Duty? Sometimes I want to know what these people do, like on a daily basis. The goat. Do you have another one in mind? Whoa, is this like a real post? Wait, did he evolve? Did he change after like half a year? Sorry. You'll find a lot of people defend Yu-Gi-Oh's current state with statements like, just counter, or just have X card in your deck. But they don't take into account the practicality of that in the first place. Not only do I have to create a specific deck to counter one power-crept archetype, but also have to counter it on actually pulling the cards required to counter said deck. It's actually surprisingly common if you have 3 copies of the card in your deck. Like, drastically common. So, if I'm not allowed to play any cards that I enjoy, and the game has been boiled down to just playing cards to counter rather than using strategy and game sense to create a deck that can rival other decks. I want to believe that every deck can counter every other deck if you have the right hand traps to stop your opponent from playing. But if I said that, he would come at me being like, oh, so the point of the game is to stop your opponent from playing. Like, yeah, it's been that way for a long time. Even in the Tag Force game, yeah, I want to stop Zane from playing and putting on his fucking Cyber Dragons if I can. Please? Because his Cyber Dragons destroy me. I would like to return those back to his deck or something. Get him off the field. It just happens a lot faster now. That's all. The later ideology can be found in Gwent, match the other unit Pokemon. Legacy decks can hold up today, and it's because the archetype credit mind. I mean, this being said, occasionally there's like a new card that comes out. Konami does actually build support for older archetypes. Like, just look at Hungry Burger, for example. Hungry Burger is like this shit ritual monster that they suddenly turn into like a whole archetype that needs Hungry Burger in order to function. Wild. But like, occasionally they might make a new card that could completely break another card that has to get banned. So, like, some of these old cards are still really good today. Like, I didn't realize this, but what was it? I saw it the other day. Oh fuck. I forget what card it was. Oh, something like Skill Drain, for example. Like, Skill Drain is such an old card. Like, back in the GOAT format days. And it is considered like a toxic meta card currently, and it's currently at 1. Raigeki as well, and Harpy's Feather Duster also fit those bills. Like, do those count? Are those like all on this line as well? Because those have been around since the game's like inception, and they're still being used. Which I feel like invalidates your point about older cards not being used. Like, yeah, no one's gonna use, like, Water Kappa with, like, 1,200 attack and it's a normal monster. No one's gonna fucking use that shit. There was so much, like, fluff back in the generation that nobody even touched. Even playing seriously, you wouldn't touch those cards. Because they'd have, like, less attack than your opponent's monsters. Obviously, you'd want something with either 1,800 or more in your deck. The only reason you'd want anything with less is if you're running something like Human Wave Tactics or Moki Moki Enrage or something like that. Like, you're not gonna fucking put legit shitty monsters in your deck for the sake of it being a shitty deck. It's still very much possible. There was, I forgot what deck it was. Oh, it was like the Flame Wingman deck, because instead of making a proper hero deck, I was like, what if I just make a deck that sole purpose is specifically to bring out Flame Wingman? It can work! Like, with enough, like, fucking quote-unquote toxic meta cards, you can still bring it out, and you can still win with it. It's still possible. Like, no one can really stop an evenly matched or a Nibiru. Like, that's just how it is. Anyway, sorry. That being said, obviously there will be staple cards in any TCG game that you will need to have in your deck, like Harpy's Feather Duster and Yu-Gi-Oh! Bosses, Orders, and Pokemon. I don't know anything about Pokemon TCG. Leaving the Advanced Rampage cards in the middle. But the difference between Yu-Gi-Oh! And other games like Magic the Gathering, Gwent, and Pokemon is that I can still craft a deck with older cards and come out on top. I can't do that with Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, because they're literally outdated. And it's unfortunate to see a large sum of players of the player base not take the time to understand the problem, but instead jump on the bandwagon. Which bandwagon are they jumping on? Like the current format bandwagon? Like, a lot of these cards weren't made with links in mind. They weren't made with synchros in mind. A lot of these decks were made for the time, specifically, and then Konami brings out like an entirely new summoning method, which changes everything. ODK can it? It can, yes. More specifically, I seem to end up not with Flame Wingman, but the other version, the evil hero version, Infernal Wing, because it's still the same summoning method, but having Infernal Devicer on the field, plus having favorite hero to get the Supreme King field spell, gives it the attack boost. Plus, the Supreme King field spell allows you to just send like any other evil hero from your extra deck to the graveyard for the massive attack boost. So you just instantly win in one hit. It's kind of absurd, the power boost that evil heroes can get if played with the other support for it. Absolutely insane. You don't even need Dark Fusion, just Dark Calling is good enough. And then you can get both. Then you can get like Flame Wingman and Infernal Wing. Nuts. Anyway, so there's a little jump back again. I don't know what this bandwagon is, because it's either the bandwagon that like says, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh is shit because you can't play old cards, or the bandwagon that, oh wow, Snake Eyes is really good, let's play that. Like, which bandwagon? All that being said, it's easy to hear to disagree with something. It's hard to have a productive discussion about it. Hope this helped. This depends on the people in the discussion argument. Like, some people just dismiss stuff like that Cesco guy. I don't want to say Johnson is not trying to have a productive discussion, but I don't think Johnson is open to the idea of his straw man being able to be taken down. Like, I feel like, because I've seen this before where somebody would be like, oh, you can't, like, you have to net deck, you can't just play your own deck anymore. And then somebody could break it down and be like, you can play your own deck, it just won't be that good. And then being like, get out of here, you meta scub. And like, well, okay. All right. Good talk. This is something else I want to try. I haven't seen this yet because I only thought about this after scrapping the deck, but I wonder what Valence would do against Snake Eyes. Because Valence's whole gimmick is to jump from the spell and trap card zone to the main monster zone. So Snake Eyes would only help that. Well, I wonder... No, you probably can't combine Valence and Snake Eyes. That'd be a little ridiculous. But would be kind of cool to see. And then repeats. I mean, yeah. And then eventually you get Kesh Tira and then people want a neck. But, you know, happens. Happens. This went on for a little longer than I expected. I need to stop. Yeah? Wait, what is this about? What is a 3-letter swear? For redacted sake, we need a new ban list for Snake Eyes. Doing my combo, then my monster gets treated as a spell, is mad, mate. It's just toxic to play against. Did this guy verse Kesh Tiras at all? Like, I feel like that's way worse than Snake Eyes, because that only okay. There's a few ways around Snake Eyes, and what's funny is Snake Eyes combos only go off if you summon anything. If you special summon or normal summon, that's when they start doing their bullshit. It doesn't account for setting a monster. If you play a flip deck against Snake Eyes, you can probably come out on top because you're not technically summoning a monster ever with a flip deck, which is kind of hilarious to me. I would argue that Kashira is way worse because Arise Heart isn't once per turn. I don't like Arise Heart because it's basically a ticking time bomb that keeps going off unless you remove it or negate it straight away. Like, it's absolutely insane. To hit Snake Eyes, yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, it's not a quick effect either. If you don't okay, again, sorry to Johnson here, but if you don't OTK Snake Eyes on your turn, then yeah, then your boss monster's getting put back in your fucking spell and trap cards and you can't do anything with it. But, you know, usually, you know, most modern decks can OTK Snake Eyes if they can board wipe or break their, like, IP or SP or some shit. Yeah. Wait, who was this? Contrary to popular belief, there is no such thing as your or their turn. It's all our turn. And what the next play on our opponent's turn. That is true. Let's get it. Okay, here's Johnson. We need a ban list for a lot of cards, but Konami won't do that. And the cards they do decide to ban are the ones that that at least give people a chance against the really OP meta decks. Want a good TC? To be honest, most of my gripes about the spam summoning and 15-minute turns, just for you to not be able to play, could be fixed if they just let the timer continue to count down while you're doing your summoning. Current state of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just a cesspool of bad mentalities and bad game development. It's a little disingenuous, but I don't... somebody else had the same comment like earlier today, is like, removing the ban list and bringing out the like OP meta cards, bringing out the broken ass cards like, I don't know, Pot of Greed, for example, would only make things worse. It's not going to make things any better. Just because you think you can take on the meta with like ridiculously broken cards that are currently banned is only going to make the meta worse, because they will also use ridiculously broken cards and just have a bunch of FTK decks. Like, do you want that? Do you really want that? Legacy format. What is legacy format? That's a new one. I've heard of Trinity now. What is legacy? Oh, it's just one of those. Okay. Understandable. I thought I should be like, go play legacy format.
Dude, it pisses me off. My monsters are spells or trap cards. Who made this Snake Eyes card, man? A 6-year-old? Guy had 1,000 life LF and won the duel because of that BS. Took my ace from the field with 3,700 attack and then summoned 14 times raw. And then okay me. I'm done. This poor bastard.
Magical Musketeer. Like, he's gonna fucking... Magical Musketeers are really good. I have a friend with a deck like that, and my goodness. The fact that they have a searchable negate that you can play from the hand is whacked. On the negate too, by the way. Like, Jesus. Get okayed. Got fucking okayed, alright. Nice, Richard Johnson. Nice.
Oh, redacted. I was so bad I misspelled like 10 times. My bad. Got the perfect counter for these sweats.
Perform Power 5 Rainbow Magician. What is that, actually? Oh, wow. It's one of the first searches on... Oh, right. It's this card. Wait. It only applies one of these effects. So just that one? I mean, just skill drain. It's just skill drain. What? I said Runic for a while. Oh, against Runic would make so much sense because you'd settle your quick plays. Oh, wait. No, but you'd want nothing. So, oh, because, right. Max. Oh my goodness. Uninformed Yugi boomer. Mentioning Dredge all I got. Oh my god. Okay, so wait. This was the post I read, I think. Yeah, this was the post I read. Okay. Oh, Jesus. 2 posts. I'm ending the stream, Mopey. I'm ending the stream. Soon. Soon. Go the fuck to sleep. I want to play that new game. I haven't played it yet. Got negated again. Oh no, Guardian Angel. Oh no. Squad game. I'm going to assume that is a shooter game. I'm not familiar with the FP. Oh no, he's played Baldur's Gate 3 as well. Oh, okay. It actually has like genuine questions. Damn, he spent a lot of time in Baldur's Gate 3. Okay. Understandable, it's a big game. I see how it is. Was that? Okay. There's no way he just came into Yu-Gi-Oh! For like a small burst and then left. Ash Dragon left. Oh no. I don't know if Magical Musketeers up way to OTK. It's usually just removal. Right, this is where I first found him. Yep. Oh my god, wait, when did Gridora make this post? I didn't see this one. Oh no. I actually haven't seen this. I'm done with Yu-Gi-Oh! This game only rewards copy-pasting meta decks and nothing else. I'm beyond convinced at this point. I'm done with Yu-Gi-Oh! And you won't get a fond farewell. This community has infected to its roots with a degenerative disease that grows stronger over time, but stops short of killing its host. This game used to have a competitive spirit. This has been transplanted and replaced with an artificial organ that feeds on the vitriol and mockery from insecure little boys that heckle by the sidelines and tear each other to shreds over scraps of attention. The environment we fostered has trapped us all like this in a vicious cycle, and escaping it requires acceptance of the harshest reality we all scramble to explain away. That none of the countless straining efforts we put ourselves through will ever amount to one single shining glimmer of significance. Jesus Christ. Makes sense that Johnson would comment on this post. One last thing before I leave you all to react with disdain, ridicule, and self-righteous fervor. Before you do everything in your power to minimize my words and thoughts, box them up and shove them into some cobwebbed corner of your memory, and hope they disappear forever as a stain in your finite time ground to dust. From this moment on, nothing you say matters to me. The foulest insults you hurl with intent to wound will calmly settle at the earth before my feet. And then the venom you spit will bring all the pain and warm summer breeze. You are less than anything you can conceive, while I carry on brimming with joy distilled from a detachment. I like that. The whole point of the argument was this. That's it. Everything else is just nonsense. Holy fuck. Sorry. You're the first time to give it to them. It was a silly goofster. Counts for purpose. Honest second post. Okay. Whoa. Okay. The biggest cope user on the forum. Every person who tries to argue against this point will always see the same garbage that leads into a corner. Either it's you guys say, just play X card to counter, or B, Just get with the meta. Ignoring the fact that certain cards counter some BS decks won't counter others. So you're still going against the odds because you can't guarantee your opponent will go against. I won't give you a clan award. You didn't deserve the points. Get bent. Okay. Johnson, all right. Relax. Joel. I like that Gridora doubles down in the comments. I find it very funny. Some imaginary person. Yeah, why was it against this? Like, Kane is just being like, oh yeah, I'm sure Kane knows Gridora, alright? Seems very good. After seeing this a few times... Oh, I like the awards, by the way. Hold on, let me give him an award too, fuck yeah. Wait, no, I don't know what Johnson's like first post was, but surely he's seen Gridora's name a few times around. Lost. Oh no, Guardian Angel. Oh no. Zero tech, zero defense count. Oh shit. Action turn AFK. So your Brig Brain on non-meta decks is worthless. Good old Dark Magician works against all meta decks. But you're cryingly looking up at meta. Thanks again for the easy wins, kid. Kid who goes AFK. What time to watch stuff on my second screen? Common L take by Common L player. What? Dark Magician was a cool deck until meta kids ruined that too. Children like you never understand how peak this game was. Meta doesn't even take skill. All you kids do is look up YouTube guides, spoiled brat. Ghidorah is just playing to Johnson's hand. Like, he's just playing into it so hard right now. I feel like he knows. He knows what Johnson's all about. Dogmatica Maximus. Fuck. Literally made a post about this. Johnson, don't you see the irony in that? Don't you see the irony in that? That's... That says a lot about you, Johnson. That really says a lot about you. What the fuck? Yeah, I think you made several posts on the topic, Johnson. Several. This is why I half want to make a post about creative decks. Because I feel like there are people that will not see the satire and just be like, yeah, this is everything that modern Yu-Gi-Oh sucks. Fuck Master Duel. Jesus Christ. Jesus. I can't tell if this is a real post or not. Oh my god. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is this like a real post? Overwatch 2. I've been told to check out the Steam reviews for Overwatch 2. I've got to make that a whole day. Because I can imagine there's some like spicy shit. Oh, that's the end. Oh man, Johnson. I gotta end though. Like, the rating is something else. Isn't it still like overwhelmingly negative? Just because of like it existing? I haven't played Overwatch 2, but I don't know if I want to. Overwatch 1 was kind of fun sometimes. Sometimes. Depending on who you're playing with. Okay, this is the last post I'm going to read. All right, this is the last one. Limited pot of prosperity and extravagance. Bruh, to one, legit, the only way my non-spam deck was viable was being able to get mulligans. Use reload. Just use reload, a magical mallet. What do you mean? You don't need draw power to win. Wait, it's this guy again. Draw cards are supposed to be costly, lucky, and win more. This part cards had no cost to them. No cost. Banish the top 10 cards of your deck. No cost. Are too easy to draw and rebound winning cards. It's too inconsistent. And also, nerfing Flu was definitely a spam deck. Nerfing Labyrinth, which is becoming inconsistent. Okay. Oh, that's it. Damn. Whoa, wait. What is this? Okay. I don't know where Bad Captain is. That's interesting. Oh my god, Guardian Angel. Okay, I didn't know they did that. Jesus. Goddamn. I wonder if, no, I think people like Destiny 2 now. I was gonna say, if I caught the Destiny 2 forums, like, earlier, not early this year, but I think last year, I think sometime around the Strand on what? I gave up D2. I haven't played D2 since, was it called the Final Strand? I think it was called the Final Strand. The one where they give they gave everybody that green skill tree, the green subclass. That's like the last time I played it. Yeah. Because I know the most recent one just came out just now, and apparently it's good. Like, well, better than the last expansion anyway. But I can't confirm or deny. FPS version of Warframe. Yeah. And, well, the fact that the last update was also better than, the previous ones anyway. It wasn't a hard thing to beat, but, like, people are enjoying it now a lot, which makes sense. Anyway, I'm done. I'm not reading anymore. I have to, like, go to bed. Can't get back into them. Same. It's kind of hard to jump back into Destiny 2 after leaving it for some time, because it's like the expansions change a lot, and it's really hard to catch up. I mean, it would take. The problem is that everything is handed out like weekly and daily, so you have to play consecutively in order to even make any progress to light level, and that in itself just takes a while. You kind of soft cap until like you play for a while, which is an interesting way to do things. Anyway,